Okay, students, so today I'm going to show you the controls for the Module 2 lab. And I have two files that I've opened over here, the KMZ files, temperature anomalies and hurricane tracks on the left side here. And I'm going to start by showing you hurricane track controls. Click on the triangle to open up the different decades. These hurricanes are grouped by decades. And you can see here 2015s, which is 2015 to 2017. Here are my three recent hurricanes, Maria, Irma, and Harvey, and I'm going to open these. And here you can see the tracks for these three storms, Harvey, Maria, and Irma. And why don't these all three occur? The problem is here I've got my historical imagery up on the left, which we're going to use for later on. And I'm going to back this out a little bit. And I'm going to go forward a little bit. And you can see them all come on. The problem was I didn't have the right time window in my historical imagery. So if anything goes wrong with this lab, with the Google Earth part of this lab, please look at your historical imagery to make sure you're in the right time window. Okay, so here I'm showing all data between 2014 and 2017. Okay, so I'm going to start off by looking at meteorological data for Hurricane Harvey, for example, which will show you the sorts of controls you need. And I'm going to zoom in on the Texas coast. And you can see these points, which provide the actual data for landfall. And you can see this point here is Harvey 10, which is very close to the landfall. You click on the point, the wind speed is 115, the pressure is 938 millibars, and the precipitation is 60.6 inches. That is an example. So if I go back out a ways again and I look at Hurricane Irma, when it came into Florida, click on this point here, I get 95 miles per hour wind speed, 938 pressure. Okay, so that's the first control that you're going to need to know how to do for the first part of the lab. And then we're going to start looking at historical imagery for the labs. This is a little bit more tricky. So let's say I'm going to go to New Orleans. Let me go to North Claiborne Avenue in New Orleans, which is one of your locations, and I can't type, Claiborne, C-L-A-B-O-U-R-N-E, Avenue in New Orleans. I'm going to go search. Should take me right in there. Here we go. So in we go towards North Claiborne Avenue. Hope you don't get dizzy. And I'm going to look at this general vicinity for the storm, which was called Katrina. Most of you probably remember Hurricane Katrina. And this part of the lab is all about your historical imagery, which is up here. Okay, my historical imagery is on, and I can turn it off with this little globe here with it's actually a clock. So I'm turning it off, turning it on. Okay, so it's on, off. Sometimes I don't know which is which, but you just have to click back and forth. Now, the critical thing here is remember that you're looking at 2005, so you've got to arrange this historical imagery thing, slider, not a thing, to show 2005 in detail. So here I am, I'm going to slide it back to start in 2005. Here it is, I'm going to slide this back a little bit further, 2008. You can see the image is changing. I'm going to move this forward here to about 2005, beginning of 2005, and then I'm going to press plus, plus, plus. And the critical thing is this is showing you the date here. So as I run this back, the way to control this is not with the arrows, but running them back like this. So here we are getting all the dates. And I go 2007, 2006, and here I am 2005, November, and then we go November 10th, October 10th, 2000. Oh, that's 2006. I'm sorry. You just got to play with this, guys. So I'm going back further. Here is December, November, 2005. We're now 2005. Here we are in early November, sliding this further, October. Late September, you can see a lot of damage. Late August before the storm, and then here we are just after the storm with flooding. So my overarching direction is make sure that you have this in the right place using the controls on either end. But when you want to look in detail, you have to be using the this here, this control here, rather than the arrows, because I spent a large amount of time using these arrows and fumbling around and not getting the resolution so that you can look at really fine changes over short time periods. So make sure you use the sliders, slide this along once you have the right time window. Okay, so that is the historical imagery, which I think you'll really enjoy. And now I'm going to zoom out and show you how to look at the temperature anomaly data. I'm just going to go out to Florida and come way out. And so I'm going to turn this image off here, and I'm going to close my hurricane tracks. And now I'm going to open my temperature anomaly file. And this will allow you to look at changes in temperature over decades. So this is 1960 relative to 1990 to 1900 to 1910, 1965. You can see things cooling and then warming up again. And what's critical is if you're going to be looking at Katrina, 2005, you click in 2005, you can see it was a fairly warm year. And then if you want to look at 2017, you click in here. So that's very straightforward. And you're going to be able to rotate the globe so you can see the temperature in the eastern equatorial Atlantic where the storms originated. So that's basically the controls for the Module 2 lab. Once again, the historical imagery can be really tricky, but just spend some time and play with it, make sure it's on, and I think you'll really enjoy the lab. So let us know if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you later on.